Hi, Haviah.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Very, 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 very good this morning.
How's self-isolation treating you?
Uh, I'd say there's like a good and a bad. The bad is, I think, obviously what everyone else is going through, and the sense of whatever momentum we have has been stunted, and whatever we've been working on, like maybe we can't continue on those things. But I would say the positive in that is that I've been able to work on things that I don't normally have the time for. So I've been doing a lot of like home decor and home renovation and creating an inspiring environment for myself, which only facilitates the creativity that I'm working on as well. I've also worked on a lot of new music, so that's really cool. And yeah, just taking the time to like cook more, plant plants, and learn how to take care of them better. Just things that you actually physically have to be home for. So I am grateful for the ability to be able to do that.
I'm glad to hear it. When you said you were working on home decor, I was thinking, well, that's fine. She can move around a couch and, quilt a pillow, but I hope she's making music too.
100%. Actually, the music came first. I was working on a bunch of demos, and I cranked out a whole bunch. And my team needs time to go over them and give feedback. So I was like, all right, I'll give myself a week. And in that week, I've just spent like all of my spending money that's like designed for me to on straight home decor, just bedroom, bathrooms. But it's really cool because as a creative, like you want an environment that inspires the work that you do. So, having lights and, having art on the walls and stuff like that is not something that I really grew up having the luxury of kind of exploring with. So like, this is the first time I've really ever done it. And it's really exciting.
I was bummed for you though, man, because you were supposed to play in Austin at South by Southwest. I mean, you were coming off this incredible year winning the Polaris Music Prize. It was supposed to be sort of a big coming out. I mean, you had a big viral video. It must have been disappointing, not to bring it back up, but it must have been disappointing not to be able to do those kind of gigs.
Yeah, I will say initially I took it very hard because the first thing that was largely canceled was South by Southwest. And I'd been trying to get into South by Southwest for a couple of years now. So I had three shows for the first time ever. I've never played South by before. And I was really excited. I had met with some, contacts in New York, and I got like another gig while in New York. So it was going to be like four shows. I was really excited for it. And I remember when I was in LA, the last day I was leaving, I was told South by might get canceled. And I was like, there's just no way. There's no way that they'd cancel this thing for the first time and in like 30 something years. And then when that happened, I took it really hard. I cried a lot. I took it very hard, but I think, within a day or two, I quickly realized that this is like a life thing. It's not, it's not a me thing, and it's not an Austin, Texas thing. So that I think was how I was able to be like, okay, everybody's dealing with this. And I was able to rationalize, the need to not cry because, it's just, we're all in this together. So, you can't be worried about how it's affecting you and you alone.
I think rationalizing the need to not cry is something we're all doing on like an hourly basis.
Yeah, I think so too.
You've been doing live streams though. I've actually been tuning into yours. I feel like every artist I know is doing live streams right now, but I've found myself gravitating towards yours, not just because I think you're a great musician, but I also just love how you're showing the process more than just giving performances. Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing on these live streams.
Oh, thank you, by the way. I'm really glad you've been checking them out. And I think for me, it actually goes hand in hand with like the home decor stuff because I think when I realized I was restricted to recording things in my house, I realized that there was not inspiring spaces to even record in or even aesthetically pleasing spaces to record in. So I've been focusing on kind of creating environments where if I choose to record in this corner, it'll look like this. If I record here, it'll look like this. I invested in a device that allows me to record live stuff directly into my phone. So even right now with me speaking into the mic, you can just get a better sound quality. My goal right now in isolation is to try to give the most optimal experience for the viewer. So if I'm giving a show experience, I really don't want to lose out on the sound quality, So I've really focused on learning more about how to utilize my iPhone as a piece of hardware and how to navigate all the cables that I've invested in over the years and just make it an optimal experience for the viewer. I'm not a live stream personnel. Like, I'm very new to it, but I've learned a lot over the past couple of weeks, just trying to figure out how to make it look good, sound good. I've invested in, lighting and selfie sticks and stands and just things that I can incorporate to make sure that these live performances are different every time as well. So, I've done some stuff in the basement, some stuff on the main level. This is now my living room, so welcome. Yeah, it's just, I think keeping it fresh is really important to me. So I want to do something new every time I do a live.
I love the intimacy of these live streams. I also love just like working from home and how weird it is. Like while you were talking just then, my doorbell rang.
Was it an Amazon package?
I'm guessing it was a waffle maker. That's my guess.
Yeah, that's the sort of stuff we're all ordering these days.
Yeah, for no other reason. I'm excited you're going to play some music for us. What are you going to play?
Today, I'm going to play an acoustic version of In Women Color as well as Blame, both my songs.
Tell me why you chose these songs to perform to people who are kind of stuck in their homes right now.
I chose In Women Color because, well, first of all, I wanted to do something very different for this live. I've done, a couple of lives thus far, and this is the first one that's going to be acoustic in nature. I decided, to try to bypass the backing tracks for this one. I wanted it to feel a little more intimate, and I would say that In Women Color is probably one of the most intimate songs on the album. But in addition to that, I think it's really experimental production-wise, and so it allows my piano player, my sister Haviah Mighty, to really exercise and play with the chord progressions and have fun with it in ways that some of the other production maybe doesn't open up for. It was also the first single that I released from the album 13th Floor, and as we're kind of coming to the close of that album, it's kind of paying homage to the early beginnings of the record. And then Blame, I would say, was the biggest single from the record. So, with performances, I love to give sometimes little chunks of other songs that I have and, just give a little bit more to the listeners. So I just a little piece of Blame at the end.
Are you and your sister getting along in close quarters?
Yes, definitely. My sister is an incredible piano player, and I am able to ask her to play anything at any time, and she'll just play it. So I'm lucky to be stuck with someone who can inspire me like that. She can play all the things that are in my head. So.
Well, Haviah, I can't wait to hear the song. Thanks for making the time today, and stay safe.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you as well.